welcome to Fifth Dimension. So for today's reading, I have pulled 3 Animal Guardian cards to serve as your guide as to which pile you should choose. The theme for today's reading is going to be identifying your current challenge and seeing how that's assisting you in your current growth, okay? I also do want to mention that at the end of the video, I will be adding a little reflection upon the theme of this reading in case that's something that interests you. I am going to try to begin to start doing that with each reading. So for pile number 1, we have the Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. For pile number 2, we have the Whale Spirit, Trust the Great Mystery. And for pile number 3, we're going to have the Wasp Spirit, Sometimes Life Stings. So choose whichever one you most resonate with, and hopefully I have some messages that resonate with you, loves. I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1. Thank you for joining me. If you chose the Peacock Spirit, then you're at the right place. So first impressions, just based off of the card that you chose, being Let It Shine, the message, I would assume that the challenge that you're currently experiencing is one of expression, one of how to reflect something outwardly that you hold within. So let's go ahead and get some cards for you and your reading. If you want to fast forward through the shuffles, I'm going to try to get a few cards from a few decks. Pile number 1 and their current challenge. Get this slow in their growth. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. We have Animal Guardian, Trust Your Instincts. We have the First Chakra, Archangel Michael. Adjacent Possibilities. The Spiral. Roots of Abundance. And a win-win outcome is forecast with the full moon in Libra. So there's a definite strong, like an arrow pointing at your root chakra with both of these cards representing your root, so your foundation, your stability, your anchor. Whatever it is that you feel grounds you may feel a bit unstable at the moment. It's sort of thrown you into a place of unknown. It sort of feels like you had a guide, you had a map, you were going the direction, and then all of a sudden something shifted. In between, you may have been shifted into another path on your journey, or you may have found yourself at a dead end, something like that. Something that happened that caused you to now have to create a new plan is sort of what it feels. And that feels like it's throwing you off. Like, yeah, it's just like, it sort of feels like when you graduate. Like it feels like there's something that you've already passed that was comfortable. Like the way that you, previous to this current set of challenges that you're experiencing, it seemed like there was a good amount of period where things were sort of on routine, sort of like where you could gauge what to expect. And I feel that that was very comfortable, and that's what was causing you to feel a sense of like a safety net. Being able to predict the potentials created a sense of safety net that you're currently being challenged out of. It's gonna discombobulate. You're gonna recreate a routine, recreate a plan. And I strongly feel that is like exactly how I said in the, as far as the theme goes, what is your current challenge and how it's assisting you in your growth. I feel like that is the purpose of, there was no more growth. If you're in a place where you contemplate and you may feel stuck at sometimes, like trying to understand why you're in this position or why things are no longer how they used to be, or why a set of circumstances you experienced have now put you in a place where you are challenged with the unknown, with no plan, with no definite way of knowing what comes next, is sort of what it feels like. Wherever you previously were, it's almost like you read all the chapters already. There's no more book to be read in that place. And so therefore, the universe, life circumstances, however you choose to believe that, and you may have been asking for growth. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I meant to say that the universe shifted things for you so that you can then proceed along a new path that will now provide growth for you, where there may have been a sense of stagnation. I mean, there may have been growth in where you're coming from previously, but it just sort of feels like you explored all avenues. It's like, if let's say there's a trail spot that you go to, you were all over the place. You were able to thoroughly get to know all the aspects, and now the universe is asking you to explore something new, is what it really feels like, in order for you to gain more experience, more growth, more polarity somehow. Okay, so let's go ahead and see any guidance on how you're supposed to navigate your way through these challenges in order to feel a sense of understanding. I feel guided to say that if there's questions inside of you of why you're currently experiencing what you're experiencing, to be reminded of quiet moments, of certain thoughts that you may have had to yourself where you were asking for more, like feeling fulfilled where you were, but subtly asking or seeking more out of your experience, out of your, I don't know, whether it be career, out of your family, out of your relationships, out of your friendships, whatever. There's just this feeling of like, this is good, this feels comfortable, this feels safe, but is there more? So these current set of challenges is guiding you towards that. Oh my gosh. They keep on wanting to flop all over the place. Okay, I got two. Let me at least get one more. Can I please just get one? Just one more. pile number 1. Okay. All right, so our 3 cards of guidance is the High Priestess, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. I love this. Yes, this is leading you towards more fulfillment. It is a fresh start. It is a new beginning. You are being guided to trust what it is that you feel. And I feel like you have like certain moments where you're able to ground your energy and be like, okay, like I know this feels very uncomfortable, but I understand that it's leading me towards where I want to be. It's leading me towards the more that you've been asking for. Even if you're not quite sure specifically what that more is that you want out of life. It's all intuition. You're being guided in the exact steps. So in those moments where you feel uncertain, in a bit of a spiral about where you're headed, what comes next, what you should choose, what decisions you should be making, it's always going to come down to you. It's always going to come down to trusting yourself, because you are the creator of the life that you choose to live. So the decisions that you make primarily affect you. So when it comes to making those decisions where you may find yourself in a bit of a spiral thinking, what's the right thing to do? Is this going to be the wrong thing? What if that? To go back down to whatever it is that your instincts, your intuition, your first inclination, which also is going to feel scary. I just feel the need to mention that. It's going to feel scary all throughout. All of this is scary. This challenge, these changes, the newness, the unknown of it all. But it feels so purposeful. It feels like there was a need for this fresh step. Like, for example, again, I'm going to go back to like, okay, you graduated high school. Now it's time to go on to college. Like, you can't keep reapplying, re-enrolling for high school over and over again because you got it down. You had, you already had it all figured out. It's time to move on to the next step. It's time to go to university. Metaphorically speaking, of course, unless that's currently what you're experiencing, in which I wish you all the best of luck. I am going to pull you some guidance cards. A little guidance, a little advice. And then we will close up your reading, pile number 1. We have the energy of yes. And I'm going to say this is trusting yourself with being able to make the right decisions for you. There's nobody to say no. There may be outside experiences to say no to you, but don't allow that to shut your ideas down. Don't allow that to shut the path closed for you, okay? The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Exactly what I was feeling with the spiral. Things unraveling for you. But to be able to shift that perspective to, okay, this feels scary, this feels overwhelming, this feels so brand new, I feel very confused, I feel very uneasy. However, I trust myself to make the proper decisions that are going to guide me into a place of more, whatever that is for you. So yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 1. I hope you were able to get some messages for you in this reading that resonated with you. I do have a personal reflection at the end of this reading in case you're interested in that. And let me know how these messages resonated in the comments. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose the whale spirit, then you're at the right place. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you to check out what your current challenge is and how it's assisting in your growth. So if you want to fast forward, I'm going to shuffle and get a few cards from several decks. Or if not, you can just stay and chill with me. Okay, pile number 2, current challenges. Pile number 2. I'm sensing a bit of loneliness, pile number 2. I was trying to focus on the whale, and then I started to hear like the little whale songs in the ocean. But it felt kind of like lonely, kind of like there's desire. There's desire for closeness, for connection. But we'll see what the rest of the cards say. And that may be something separate from what the actual theme of the reading is. So just take that only if it resonates. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Okay, let me shuffle again. There you are. 2 more decks. Pile number 2. Number 2. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's take a look at your cards. We have Door to Value. We have the Giveaway. We have Emotions Are Running High. Take time to breathe out. Trust in Higher Forces. And Call of the Muse. This challenge, pile number 2, feels very internal. It feels like you may be having challenging thoughts. You may be having challenging emotions just within yourself. So not necessarily, it could be also external, but I'm strongly feeling like the gist of what you're being, like what's being highlighted here is internal conflict. Maybe not even conflict. It just feels like moving from one side of the scale and feeling one way, and then moving to the opposite side of the scale. It's this or that. Trying to find an in-between where there's more balance is what the current challenge feels like for you. So, what is this in regards to? This may have to do with worth. Your sense of what you are worthy of, your sense of self-worth, who you feel that you are and what you have to contribute and how you feel you should be regarded. Like there's almost a part, okay, let's say the scale. There's worthy on this side and there's like dismissive of your worth on the other side, and it feels like your thoughts and your feelings have you flopping between the two. There's an inner dialogue that's being created here that's purposeful. The polarity of the jumping back and forth to feeling so in one and then being able to just flop into the other somehow. Is intended to create a certain dialogue that's going to guide you towards the anchor. The anchor where you'll be able to stay in your sense of worth, in your sense of knowing. It feels like knowing of what you want, but because that may be up in the air right now. There may be times where you feel so sure of what you feel would make you the happiest person in the world, and you would feel fulfilled, and you would be happy if you just had X, Y, and Z. And then you get flopped into confusion. Is that even what I really want? Is this even a potential? Is it even possible? Sort of what it feels like. And the inner dialogue that it's supposed to create is supposed to be so that you can acknowledge what's going on subconsciously within you, so that you can hear it out loud in your thoughts in your head, and then acknowledge and face it. It's like calling, it's almost like a calling the subconscious negativity up into the light so that you can face it. In some cases, slaughter it, stab it. It's time. It's time to get rid of those because they are depleting. They are depleting the energy that should be producing. I don't know what that means. Depleting the energy that you should be using to produce. Or no, that's not the way it was worded. Should be using to produce. It's like draining. In other words, it's like draining. It's like right here what I say. It's like when you flop from, okay, let's say this is all your belief in yourself, and you're like really like building it up. You may be doing affirmations, you may be like pouring into self, and then in the moment where your mind flips to the other way, it's like you just throw everything that you've built up into the end, and all of that momentum falls into the opposite end, to where then you feel a big lack. It's draining. The intent here of this current challenge that you are experiencing is for you to be able to bring those things to light, to no longer diminish yourself. To no longer diminish yourself. It's like a gentle nudging towards wholeness is what this challenge is assisting you with. It's assisting you to feel whole, to feel so in tune and so sure of who you are that absolutely no external circumstances can shift anything in you. Can shift your belief in that, can shift your belief in self. None of that. That's sort of what this feels like. Let's go ahead and get some cards of guidance about this current challenge and how it's assisting in your growth. What do we need to know? Anything that we need to know? For pile number 2. One more, please. One more. One more for pile number 2. There goes to the current challenge. There it is. Okay. So first one that flipped itself, 6 of Swords. This is like the good riddance card. Good riddance. Time to let it go. 5 of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. Yes, exactly. It's a release. It's a release. It's not, these are not new emotions, just so you know. If you're resonating with this reading and you resonate with the flip, where you feel fully whole, you feel secure, you feel worthy, and then all of a sudden you flip into just being so sure of the lack and dismissive of your worth. It's being called out for a reason, because it's a release. It's wanting to be released out of your energy. It's almost like an empowerment. It's guiding you towards an empowerment of self, which is, yes, the whole vibe. Because the whole vibe was giving like very like, I don't know, like vulnerable. Like there's a part of you that currently feels very vulnerable. That's almost like you're hiding. You may be hiding. No worries, I do that too when I'm feeling vulnerable. The purpose of it is empowerment, self-empowerment. It is what it is asking you to do, is not just... It's like that art, what is it called? The art of observation. When those emotions come up and you feel the flop immediately, and it may be triggered. I'm sort of getting the vibe that it's certain outside things that may trigger you to all of a sudden feel less. Where was I going with that? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Something about empowerment. It's like this fierce version of you, like a warrior version of you, wants to emerge from this. That's what it feels like. Let's go ahead and get any additional guidance messages for pile number 2. Okay. We have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Oh, I just finished saying you may be hiding. If you're hiding in the cave, you're being guided to come out. And then we have inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Yes. This is about self-empowerment. This is about knowing your strength, knowing your worth, and no longer seeking outside of you to, if there's any external that you have been accustomed to searching for before you can feel that strong anchor of empowerment and worth and fulfilled and just ready and strong. This is what it is leading you to. The self-empowerment for you to be able to just be all of that for yourself, okay? But yeah, I hope these messages resonated, pile number 2. I feel like I was a little scattered for your reading, but I do hope that I was able to get the point across in a way that made sense. Please let me know in the comments if this message resonated. I do or will have a reflection at the end in case that's something you're interested in listening to. Check it out. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose wasp spirit, then you're at the right place. So the message of the wasp, and sometimes life stings, leads me to believe that if you chose this card specifically, the current challenge is something that feels sharp, feels like defeat, feels a bit crushing, feels like a loss. Go ahead and get more cards. If you want to fast forward through the shuffle, feel free to. I'm going to be pulling 1 or 2 cards from several decks. Pile number 3. Oh, okay. We have the Coyote. Protection Guardian, drop your shields. Let it go. There's a sense of defensiveness here. We have your commitment is being tested. Luck is on your side. And woman holding a heart. So definitely whatever is stinging, it's painful. I feel like there is active effort being made to let it go, whatever that is for you. It doesn't have to be, it could be a person, could be a relationship, could be a job, could be a friendship, could be just something that you held in high regard, something that held importance to you, that either you had a bad experience with or no longer, it could have been a loss, okay? And it feels like while there is efforts being made, it feels, at least in your perception, that there is no movement, there is no progress, no feeling of relief. It feels like I've been doing this, this, and this, and I should feel a little bit better. I should feel less frustrated, less angry in some cases. There's some anger here too. A strong sense of dissatisfaction and frustration. Drop your shields. Let me pull one more for drop your shield. Just clarify. See beyond the current situation. It all feels like that. It feels like although you can't see it, relief, a breath of fresh air, a little bit of separation from this is coming. But I get what you're saying. Well, you didn't say anything, right? Because this is a YouTube video. But I feel like there's a vibe in your energy that's sort of like you keep feeling like, oh, like I just want this thing to already pass. And it just feels like it's not happening. It feels like every day you wake up and you're just like, here we go again. Still nothing new, still nothing changed. But that's not true. That's not true. It's a deception to self. And I think what's mainly anchoring you in the inability to see beyond is that sense of I don't know how to describe it. It feels like bottled up, like I don't know. I just feel like I'm looking at the coyote. I'm looking at the message of your commitment is being tested, and it just feels like it's held up, like almost like holding my breath. There's again, I think I said in the beginning when I was shuffling that there's a sense of stubbornness. I don't know, that's not when I was shuffling. I don't know when I said that, but there's an energy of stubbornness, like not wanting to let go. There's an aspect of not wanting to let go, and it may be because you don't have all the answers. It may be because there's something that you're waiting on before you can feel that you can let go. You're being guided to let it go, though, regardless. And I know that's not always easy because it feels like it's something that's like internal. It's like thoughts. It's like there's a part of you that's like, okay, well, I just gotta let it go. And then all of a sudden it's just like, but how can I let it go if it impacted me deeply? It sort of feels like that. Please only take that if it resonates. But like I said, it sort of feels like a stubbornness. Like there's a part of you that's like, no, I'm not gonna let it go. Hold on. Let's get some messages for Fountain 3. Okay. All right. So the first one that flipped itself was the Four of Wands, which is a good sign. There's freedom available for you. There's life and excitement and release on the other end of this. We have the Nine of Cups. That's a good sign also. Three of Pentacles also. And then the Two of Swords. This is that stubbornness. That part of you that's like, nah, I'm not going to let it go. I'm just going to sit here right here and be angry because what the actual fuck. I'm not laughing at you. It just, I'm resonating with this right now. So, the pain needs to be acknowledged and released because it's coming off as anger right now. It's coming off as that hold. I'm able to see it so clearly now. Whereas before it's just like, why is it? It feels like frustration. It feels like this stubborn inability. It's pain. It's coming off as anger though. It's coming off as frustration. But the root of those emotions are pain. The sting over here as told by this wasp. The pain wants to be let go so that your heart can thrive again, so that your heart can vibrate in a light way, so that you can seek better experiences, so that you can feel self-fulfilled, so that you can continue taking your steps towards life and growth and whatever it is that you are building for yourself currently. It's like all this beautiful, productive, vibrant, abundant energy here. And the only thing holding you back from it is this grief. Grief. We're gonna title it grief. That's the best way to explain what that holding on energy is. It's grief. Grief that wants to be acknowledged and therefore released. Let us get... There's so much more for you to experience. There's so much more on your path and so much beautiful experiences waiting for you in life. This isn't it. It isn't over. This isn't the end of happiness as you knew it. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Oh, some of them flipped. I'll take them. We have take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. We have protection. We have protection twice, actually. Don't you have protection over here? protection, guardian, drop your shields. And then we have call back your power, cut the cords. Yes. Let it go and call back your power. Here, both of them feel very strongly like whatever it is that you're exerting energy towards, that you're not grieving, is allowing you to feel very off balance because you're holding it in your energy and it's no longer meant to be there. We have answered the call. What is your soul calling you to do? You're being called to take some sort of action in regards to this grief that you're carrying with you. Now, only you're going to know what that is. It's internal. There's something that you've been feeling the need to do. I feel like I want to get, I don't know which deck to pull from though. There's something missing here. What to do? What is the guidance in regards to what they're being called to do? Okay, that's not it. Let's try this one. This is my first inclination. There it is. You are good enough. You're being called to connect with that. Because this energy is giving me so much lack. All of this vibe that I was getting of this stubbornness, it just feels so detached. It feels so detached and like untrue to like your true vibration. It's not reflective of that. This is not who you truly are. This energy. There may be some resentment here. And it may be shifting your whole vibe. And there's a need to acknowledge it. And there's a need to call yourself back from it. Okay? Call yourself back from the place of feeling not enough. If that's what you're feeling, okay? It may just be lack. If you feel like you don't have enough. Again, call your thoughts back from that. Call your power back. Don't feed it. Do not feed that thought. I feel like that's what's restricting any movement, any peace, any release, any growth right now, okay? So I wish you all the best with that pile number 3. I don't feel like I really actually gave you any guidance or advice. I feel like I just pointed out things to you, but I really hope I was able to help you in some sort of way, even if it's just acknowledging what it is that we're experiencing. But yeah, that's what I got for you, pile number 3. I will have a reflection posted at the end of this in case you're interested. If not, then please let me know if these messages resonated, and I'll see you at the next reading, loves. Hello, loves. Thanks for sticking around. So let me just explain a little bit of what I'm trying to do here with this reflection. For a while now, I have been sort of trying to figure out how to shift my channel just slightly. I just feel like aside from offering tarot readings, I'm guided to take some sort of shift in the direction of what I'm putting out. And I've been challenged with that. Just me getting a bit more personal in regards to the theme of the reading. So for example, last week's reading with the fear, I was strongly guided to begin my reflections then. However, I was too fearful. And I feel like a part of me is just, I enjoy doing the pick of cards, but I feel like there's so much more that I can be doing and offering. I've felt that way for a very long time now. It just sort of comes down to, I don't know how, I don't know what. And the only way I can think of doing that is by getting a little bit more personal. Because while we do have certain readers that we connect with, there's never really like a connection, a personalization on how what is being relayed connects to real life situations, real life examples. And I believe that's where my fear comes in sharing a reflection. There's so much fear and doubt that comes behind wanting to put personal information out there. Therefore, I have been challenged. So this is me connecting the theme of our reading today to growth. My challenge to grow currently in this specific area is to get past the fear, to take one baby step at a time, with being more consistent and believing in myself, honestly, because I feel like that's where I lacked consistency in my readings, in my channel, or just in life in general, because of my doubt in myself. Or sometimes I'm just like, should I even do a reading? Like, what for? Like, it's not like it's going to do anything for anyone. It's not like it's going to help. It's not like if it matters if I do a reading or not. So should I really take my time to do such reading? I doubt myself a lot. I doubt my worth in what I have to offer. And those are thoughts, that I have within myself that I eventually have to fight against and get myself accountable for me. That if I do want to continue to nurture and water this channel, that I need to be consistent in it. But I do set the intention and hope to grow this channel in a way that feels a bit more personal when you're watching your readings. Which honestly, the whole purpose at this point, at least where I'm at when it comes to tarot and reading, I want real human experiences, my real human experiences, to be shared, simply because sometimes through relaying things you have insight into your own personal experiences, your own personal challenges, through hearing someone else dissect themselves. I hope to be able to have the strength to continue to be vulnerable in each and every future reading, as well as being consistent, because I know I've been struggling there. But yeah, I hope that you, I don't know, I was going to say enjoyed, but like, yeah, we'll just go with that. I hope that you enjoyed. I wish you all a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. Until we vibe again, loves.